Yeah, hello. Hi everyone. Yeah, this is Agui in KZZ. How on a day? Yeah, so make a update to now. Since when this election happened last week Saturday, the Labour Party governor candidate will be Roseviver, Wadebo Roseviver. You don't come out today do press conference with the way the election they go last week. Say they rigged the election and the outcome of the election was so bad it's unacceptable. He believe say the court go feel rule for in favor because the way the outcome of the result is not satisfied with it. So he's gathering some evidence for wey go take go court. I'll make una lis ten to the video and later we'll come back more talk about am.
I start by once again thanking Lagosians for their courage, for making decisions based on hope and resisting fear that the ruling party tried to put in them. They came out in spite of all of that and they showed remarkable courage. And I want to thank Lagos for that. Our message from when we first started and still till today, both His Excellency Peter Obi and myself, has always been about empathy, love, good governance that is both open and accountable. Yesterday, I spent my day visiting victims of Saturday's state-backed terrorism and violence. From Abule Ado to Surulere to Apapa to Ikeja, I met with young men and women that had bullets lodged in their chin, in their face. Just as about to come and take a seat here, I was told that one of our polling agents from Ward K1 in Trade Fair just passed away. I saw people with lacerations cut all over their body, young men with fractured legs that we had to pay over 800,000 for their surgery. And I want to take this moment to reach out to all of these people that in spite of all the attempts to put fear in them, they stood against it and came out in hope and courage. That I am with you. We are with you. Myself, my deputy governor, the party, we are together, we are with you, we are by your side. And it is not just lip service. Today we launched the platform called grvcares2023.com. Please, anyone that has been a victim of electoral violence, log onto this website, upload evidence of this violence, upload your hospital bills, upload a police report if you have it, and we will offset your hospital bills. Because empathy and love is not just lip service, it's in the action. Love is action. And for people that came out in hope and courage, we are going to show that we stand by you, we value you, and we appreciate you. Yesterday, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu called for healing. But healing cannot happen without justice. The APC unleashed evil on Lagosians, spiritually with their fetish diabolic rites that were done during the day, and physically with violence that was unleashed on all Lagosians. There's an attempt to make this seem as though it was a Yoruba versus Igbo situation, and it was limited to certain areas, but it was widespread across the whole of Lagos. From Koshofe to Shomolu to Ikeja, everybody was affected. Everybody was disenfranchised. Yet they want peace, but it's not really peace that they want. They want the peace of a graveyard. They want healing without addressing the issues of bringing justice, so they want the healing of the dead. The thrust of my message is not to the evil cult organization of the APC, but it is to the indigenous Lagosians and Lagosians at large. We cannot afford to have an agberocracy, a militant type of government in Lagos State. We all believe that we had gone past this type of politics. We all believe that democracy had been deepened. But we saw not just violence and diabolic means of trying to restrain and belittle the people of Lagos to create a one-party state, all the way from Ikoyi to Ikeja to Ikorodu, were all disenfranchised. They could not campaign based on their past record, so they stoked ethnic strife. For the ambition of one man and his cult, the entire credibility that INEC had built over the last 4 years was ripped into shreds in one day. For the ambition of one man and his cult, we saw our traditional institutions reduced to pawns, to tools, or rites that were supposed to be done at night and witnessed by only the people that have been initiated into the Oro institution, was being done during the day, invoking in broad daylight the spell that Senator Tinubu and his cult have used to keep Lagos bound. There was no election in Lagos State. It was violence at multiple levels, physically and diabolically. On this ambition, they sowed seeds that potentially can lead to things that we have seen in other countries like the Rwandan genocide. Seeds of discord, seeds that othered our neighbors and people that we have known and have balance and harmony in this state. My dear Lagosians, our enemy they are not our neighbors or our visitors or fellow Lagosians. Regardless of their diverse tongues, our common enemy is violence, insecurity, poverty, stagnation, corruption, and underdevelopment. And the same people responsible for all the things I've listed weaponize poverty and ethnicity to distract us from their evil endeavors and diabolical activities. We will never have free and fair elections under a Tinubu presidency, because we can see by their antecedents, you can predict what is to come. Instead, we'll have a military-type one-party system that seeks to disenfranchise and suppress people, as opposed to engaging the people, selling their mandates, accounting for the stewardship of whatever positions that they've had. We've seen it happen in presidential to a lesser extent, and we saw their entire vision for Lagos State on Saturday. They have tried to destroy years of delicately balanced ethnic relations, years of intermarriage and friendships, years of commerce, and years of building Lagos into the economic juggernaut that it is. I call on the silent majority, the decent and cultured Lagosians, to speak out. Silence in this regard is not golden. Silence in this regard is acceptance and support. And we cannot be silent. It is enough of the worst of us defining the rest of us. On Saturday, we saw the APC's vision for Lagos, an agberocracy, a government by the agberos, for the agberos, and for the thugs and people that choose to suppress the good people of Lagos. We were all victims. This was not a tribal thing. We were all victims, even as shielded as Ikoyi is, as shielded as VGC is. Everybody, Yoruba, Igbo, South, Northerners even, in Isheri, they tried to discriminate against the Northerners that were obedient, that wanted to vote Labour Party. So this is not Igbo versus Yoruba, that's just a cloud that they are trying to use to hide their diabolical agenda for Lagos State. And this agberocracy will affect us all, because the moment that we have thugs running affairs, we have thugs being enabled by the government, we have thugs carrying out state-backed terrorism, we have thugs that the police look the other side with their actions, We have thugs that carry out all sorts of violence against the people of Lagos. Anybody, you, I, will eventually be victims of this thing. It will not discriminate whether I speak Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo. It will not discriminate. Lawlessness will affect us all. And a society like Lagos was built on laws. We have the finest lawyers, the finest judges. The judiciary was birthed in Lagos State by a city of laws. And lawlessness has become the order of the day under the APC government. And we have seen their vision for Lagos. And we are going to fight it through all legal means, because now more than ever, Lagos is in desperate need for us to birth our Lagos. A Lagos that is accountable, a Lagos that is open, a Lagos that is law-abiding, a Lagos that is holy, a Lagos that is pure, that believes in love and empathy, a Lagos where the people are allowed to express themselves regardless of who they want to vote for, a Lagos that will not be diabolically suppressed by evil people, a Lagos that will not be suppressed by violence, a Lagos that will not be suppressed by importing thugs from all over the southwest to come and enact violence against the same people that you want to govern. It is time to end that Lagos. It's time for our Lagos. We cannot afford to be silent. The good people, the cultured people, the decent people, indigenes of Lagos and Lagosians at large, we cannot be silent. We cannot leave this to the non-indigenes to stand up and fight. We cannot afford to associate ourselves with this level of thuggery, hooliganism that these people are trying to paint all of us as. We must talk. We must show disgust and disdain for this type of governance. We must stand up proud and say, no, this is not what we stand for. This is not the government, not in our name. And we are going to go through all legal processes to ensure that we retrieve this mandate, the mandate of so many people that were hurt, mutilated, killed. And we're going to see it all the way through. But this call is to you, people of Lagos. This is not the time for silence. We need you to speak up. We cannot afford for this discord to come in the south. These are two of the greatest ethnicities, greatest tribes in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. In their coming together in a handshake across the Niger, Nigeria is unstoppable. And we will not allow one man, because of his selfish ambition, to destroy this work that Afenifere, the Pandef, the Middle Belt, all these forward that have tried so hard to bring us together. We will not allow the ambition of one man to destroy it. So I'm here to speak to you, to your hearts, to your minds. Please, this is not time for silence. Reach out to people. Reach out to our fellow Lagosians and Lagosians at large. And let us seek to stand against this oppression, because it is only in the presence of justice that healing can be.
Yeah. I don't listen to the video now. Here with the Labour Party candidate, Gbadebo talk. Happy about the outcome, and he even talk about the people, the way how the Lagosians come out to vote for him, the Agboros, they tout to intimidate everybody with cutlass, people with them machete, people with them shoot. Even though say some people even die on the process, and which is very, very bad. How can Nigeria continue like this? This thing we supposed to, I said, an election no be war. Nigeria supposed to don't upgrade with this kind of thing. How can we continue like this? Look at election when they say make the convo, make people select who go rule them. Then turn into war. They turn into to a battlefield. I know, I see the video, see the way that they injure people, the way that they break people's head, the way that they injure a lot of people. It's very, very bad. How long is Nigeria going to continue like this? We need somebody that will stabilize the country. Somebody that at least people go listen to. Because that's why I know Tinubu now rigging the rig election. na wayo dey take do election because you believe say money be ultimate. With money go fit do everything. Because look at wetin happen. He buy police, he buy INEC, he buy everybody. Could tout go carry cutlass come for where police dey? Police no go do anything. Police no go talk. Police no go even do like say e dey see them. But this thing is happening. But the police will pretend as if they are not seeing it. It's very, very bad. How long are we going to continue this in the country we call Nigeria? This country, no need this country wey we get be this. We will not get another country. If we spoil this country, where we go? Another country wey go now, you go be visitor there. You no go fit dey free the way we dey free for your country. But your own country wey you supposed to dey free, then they manipulate you, then they treat you wrong. How long are we going to continue like this? Okay, see a lot of people, more than how many people now wey this man talk Gbadebo talk say dem get injury, dem wound. Now dem dey busy dey treat dem, dey pay them. At least make dem try treat all those people wey dem wound, and the people wey don use their money pay for the bills, and dem say dem go balance dem. At least na good one, because dey easy say make you come out, make people come out come vote for you, dem come wound dem on the process. How will you feel? It's very, very bad. Nigeria cannot continue like this. We need a leader that will stabilize this country. Tinubu cannot do it. I know he no fit do am. I know he no go fit do am, because forget, if na that Tinubu of 15-20 years ago, I know he can do it. But now age don dey, a lot of things don change. This cabals wey round down no go allow this man work. And Lagos, another person need to handle Lagos. Another person need to handle Nigeria. Not these people, not these old people wey don dey rule us for 20-something years. Nigeria need to go into another dimension, another direction. I hope say we go get this thing right by the grace of God. If P2P dey go court, Gbadebo dey go court. I say make I give una update. Follow my video, share, okay? I will keep on doing my best to update you people. Maybe by tomorrow or next, I go do another video. Make una fit dey watch. I go update una for wetin dey happen. Okay? Thank you and God bless you.